Hey, Top Airlines Math and History, and we're going to be looking at y equals mx plus b for the equation for this graph. And we're going to be also using these x and y tables. It is great when the math worksheet is giving you an equation and you have to solve it. But what happens if you use y equals mx plus b, but the worksheet only gives you a table and it also gives you a graph? What would happen? Well, since the worksheet is only giving you the table, we have to find what the equation is for y equals mx plus b. So let's investigate. There are two steps to solving this equation. Step 1, what is b? Or we should say, what is the y-intercepts on the starting point? So if you look on the grid right here or on the table, we know that there is a pattern of x and y. If x was 2, y is 3. If x was 3, y is 7. So the question is, what if x was 0? Because that is going to be our y-intercepts. Y-intercepts always has the x-axis as 0, or like around here as 0. Take a moment to think about this. Well, we know that there is a pattern. We know every time it keeps going up on x, each time it goes up on y, we add 4. Then we add 4 again, and so on. So it's going to go on and on and on. But with 0, since this is 2, we have to figure out what 1 is and work backwards. So if you minus that by 4, we would get -1. And if we minus that by 4 again, we get -5. So we completed the first step of the problem. Find out what the y-intercept is, which is a symbol for b in mathematics. So we have 0, 5. Also has 0, -5. To graph this is going to be our starting point. 0, -1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is going to be our starting point. So we have -5 right here. But what is mx going to be? M is the symbol for slope. So now we go into step number 2. Find the slope. 1, we can graph all these numbers and plot them on here and see what our slope is. But there is another way we can do this. We can pick 2 points, subtract from each other to get the slope. For example, if we do 2 and 3 and 3 and 7, let's see what happens. So 2, 3 and 3, 7. To find the slope of this without a graph, you're going to be needing to use a formula of m equals y2 minus y1. Divide that by x2 minus x1. So, since this is the second y, and here's the first y, because they're both on the y-axis. This is the second y, this is the first y. So, here's 7 minus 3. And for the second x, which is 3, right here. So you place that right here. And the first x right here, so x1. We're going to get an answer of 7 minus 3. That would equal 4. And 3 minus 2, that would be 1. So we would get a fraction of 4 over 1. 4 over 1 is going to be our slope. So we found our answer. Y is going to equal 4 over 1 x plus b, which is going to be -5. So this is what the final answer should look like. Right here. So that is going to be our answer. That is one way we can learn it, but what happens if we start all over and try the other way? The other way is just to plot x and y. For example, here's 2 and here's 3. Then we go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Then we go again. 3, 7. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we plot again. 4, 11. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4, 11. Then we can make a line right here with the ruler. So we know that our y-intercept is going to intercept the y on the 0. So this is going to be the y-intercept as the first step. Then the second step, we get to see what our slope is 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. Because we went up 4, and we went right 1. And we would still get the same answer. Y equals 4 over 1, which is the slope. X, because the line keeps going on and on and on. If we had a big enough paper, we could go at least up to 100 or more and more. So there's no, limited answers. That's what x equals. And here's minus 5, which is the starting point right here. Which way do you like to prefer? Find 0 and the y-intercepts on a table, then you find the slope without a graph? Or would you want to plot all the points, then see what the y-intercept is, and find out what the slope is? What strategy do you like better? Comments below. And one, it doesn't really matter what strategy, because we would both get the same answer. Do whatever works for you, and yeah. Thank you for watching Taoping Airlines Math Industry. Like and subscribe.